At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Pahrump Nugget, Progressive Cash Drawings, Mystery Point Multipliers, Mystery Gift Days, Extra Cash for 4 of a kinds, Bingo, Bowling, Football, and Food Specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
And welcome back. How much is 22 tons? Well, that's almost 44,000 pounds. That's how much trash was picked up and properly disposed of during Pahrump's 14th annual Pahrump Town Cleanup.
It's a beautiful day for the cleanup, and we have a lot of people out this year. Again, this is like the 4th year running. We chose the Calvada High because it's a centralized location. We have great participation from Nye County Coalition, from the school district, certain church groups from the LDS, and our local residents. And like I said, it's a beautiful day to pick up the trash just before Mother's Day.
So, do we have so many teams? How many so far, do you know?
Probably 3 or 4 teams, 2 teams from church groups. Nye County has a coalition has a team, the school district has a team, and then we have small groups, 1, 2, 3, 5 people.
How many individuals do you think we've had sign up so far?
With the church groups, it's probably 100, I would say, 100 or more, which is good. Yeah, they put out an extra one. Well, we had 2 more that we had. We usually have 4. We asked for 2, and then we had a request for all the way up on Belle Vista and Blag. So they donated another one, the 7th one. So there's been a couple of dumpsters that have been filled, and they had to remove the trash already.
Wow.
Oh, we have to thank Gary Hollis because he donated a dumpster also. He provided an extra one for us also. We thank you, Gary. And like I said, we're here at the Calvada High, and we're still expecting a lot more people. My friend Irene from the Cafe 160 over here donated coffee. Went over Preferred RV Park. This lovely little lady, Mary, we asked for 60 cinnamon rolls, and those things are huge. So nothing else. Well, this isn't live, so I can't ask you to come out for the cinnamon rolls because they'll be gone.
So let's keep our town clean. Please cover your loads of trash as you take them to the dump. Keep your yards clean and dispose of all waste properly. Thanks to all who participated and volunteered.
During the town cleanup event, a longtime problem was addressed. Residents, business people, and tourists can't help but notice the large amount of stray shopping carts that are all over town. Now, Butch Harper decided to make it his mission during this weekend's event to get these all cleaned up.
Yeah, it was. I can't give exact figures on how much garbage was picked up for the dumpsters, but I can give you a conservative figure of how many shopping carts has been laying around all this town for not just a week or a month. It's been a year to 2 years. And one spot had 56 shopping carts.
That was over by the Moose Lodge over there off of 2nd Street.
Correct. It's that was just one place, up to a mile and even more than a mile away. And like I say, a conservative figure between 130 and 150 shopping carts were picked up. There was a couple of guys with their big bed pickup trucks that also loaded up their trucks and brought them back to the stores. And it wasn't mainly one store. I won't even name the stores, but there are big stores here in town. And I've been told they hired wranglers to pick these carts up. Well, I think those wranglers must have been looking up in Montana or Wyoming, because either that or these shopping carts are just roaming free around this country. But they say
You've actually approached the stores yourself, and they said that they have insurance and that they weren't going to go pick up the carts.
That I definitely did. It was more than a year ago. But they said they also hire wranglers, store employees to pick up these carts. But the carts are still there, and I know they're there because I've been personally looking for them for over a year.
And you also wrote down the locations and told the stores locations, and they just pretty much refused to go get the carts.
Well, definitely. I spent hours and hours just driving down the side streets, and I still found more after the pickup Saturday. And Deanna right here herself could even testify where there's some at. And I'm willing to go around with any supervisor from any store, and I will show them where there's carts at. I'm putting my services out to them, and if they were make statements that they're going to hire wranglers to pick them up, well, why don't you hire those wranglers that did the work yesterday and donate that money to a charity here in town, maybe the Boys and Girls Club for summer camp. But there's many needs in this town, and if you're going to pay wranglers, pay them.
When you see people taking the carts from the stores and walking down the streets with the carts, isn't that stealing? Should we be calling the sheriff's department?
As far as I'm concerned, it's stealing. And some of these carts were on private properties. And I went to the people that own the property and said, we're coming up here, pick up the carts. And they couldn't say no. But if it's on private property and it's been there for a while, I don't know if you can hold property owners accountable for it being on their property or not. But at least, you know, if it's there, it's not that hard to bring it back.
With help from Lowe's Home Centers, the Tonopah Tidewater Railroad Museum project in Amargosa is under construction. The historic railroad ran through remote stretches of the Mojave Desert. From the Santa Fe railhead at Ludlow, California, through Death Valley and Amargosa Valley, terminating at the mining towns of Tonopah and Goldfield here in Nye County. The line is now completely abandoned. The first meeting to discuss the future of the museum was held recently.
Well, Lowe's is the very big part, the biggest part of our construction and everything right at this moment. And we're involved in the construction process. And we're holding our general meeting.
Construction for what?
The construction of reconstructing the room of the original Borax office. And it was donated to us to use for 5 years rent-free by Marta Beckett out at Death Valley Junction. And we're very, very grateful to them. And we put out a call to a lot of businesses for help, and Lowe's and Henderson on Mark Street offered to have us come in. We met Steve, and he bought us lunch, and we talked Tonopah Tidewater, and at that point he decided that they would like to be part of our project. Tonopah Tidewater is the railroad that was built in 1903, and its purpose was to replace the 20 mule team, you know, that was hauling the borate to Mojave and around. So whenever they built the rail, it brought all of the ore from the mines into Death Valley Junction to be processed and then distributed.
So he said, I want you to take care of these people. Lowe's has a policy of doing one large annual charitable project, generally for disabled veterans. And we had just finished that project. It was last November. And so he said, here's your next project. Go to work. So I met with Dorothy and John and made a first trip out. And the building out there in Amargosa, or Death Valley Junction, I had actually been there once before. Never got to go in. It was all pretty much locked up. So personally, I can't wait to bring my grandchildren out. So I've been telling them about it and showing them photos. And I watched the DVD of the original train and how they had a race to see who could get their train line set up first. And so I watched it with my oldest granddaughter, and she says, can we see the train? I said, well, unfortunately the train's not there, but we're going to have a model of it out there, and your grandpa's building it, and we'll take you and your brother and all the kids out as soon as it's ready, and we can all have a great time. So it's kind of almost a family, you know, putting my giving back, so to speak.
And if you are interested in the museum or would like to get involved, call Dorothy Slicker at 751-4608.
All right, everyone. Well, we're going to head into our break, so please stay with us. More local news and your weather.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy, Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
Welcome back to News 46. Candidate for Town Board Frank Maurizio spoke to News 46 about his campaign.
I'm here with Frank Maurizio, who is a candidate for the Pahrump Town Board. You used to be a member of the Pahrump Town Board as well.
2009-2010.
So tell me what prompted you to run again.
I'm ashamed to say that I know people on the town board. There's no transparency. The secrecy is unbelievable. There's no communication with the people of this town.
How's the campaign going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So what are you hearing mostly that people would like to change or keep the same?
Well, they don't want incorporation. They're against incorporation. They're against having their freedom of speech denied and being threatened at the town board meetings with an arrest, which is beyond me. And just, the normal stuff. They don't want a theme park. There's nothing here. There's 3 theme parks being built in Las Vegas and are going to be finished in next year, 2013. Why would anybody come over the mountain at 70, 75 miles away and go to a theme park here, which makes no sense.
What would you like to do to bring industry here to our town?
What I think they should have done, they should have taken that $185,000 instead of a out-of-town consultant. They should have bought up all the property they could manage to get in one parcel and make an industrial park. Make it an industrial zone and get manufacturing jobs here. Then if you want to incorporate 5-10 years down the road, you have a tax base. We have no tax base. They're going to kill the taxpayers of this town. The taxes are going to triple.
Tell us about yourself personally, your employment history.
Okay, I'm a retired traffic homicide investigator, 22 years in Woodbridge, New Jersey. I was in the Army for 22 years. I honorably discharged with a platoon sergeant rank. Right now I volunteer at the DA's office to help out. And that's about it. I've been on the Bob Root Community Center Advisory Board. I was on the Pahrump Environmental and Nuclear Waste Advisory Board. I try to stay active, stay up, and try to help the people.
If people would like to contact you regarding your campaign, how can they do that?
Okay, I have a website at www.frankmaurizio.com, or you can get in touch with me at 775-209-5898.
Do you have any upcoming meet and greets?
I believe there's one May 8th at the Artesia.
And you'll keep us posted on that as well?
Yes.
Your 7-day weather outlook coming up right after the break. Don't go anywhere.